everybody, this is Tom from Rocket Restorations, and today we're filming a green car on grass. It's like camouflage. Where did it go? It's gone. This beautiful 1968 Plymouth Valiant two-door post is owned by my brother Gary, and this car is affectionately known as the Green Bean. As you can see it, you probably completely understand what that means. And this thing is awesome. It's just, I don't know how else to describe it. The Valiant in these years was kind of in a weird position. So Plymouth had the Barracuda, which was their sporty model. So the Valiant was kind of the boring, whatever, the car that they didn't put a lot of effort into. But there's something about the two-door post on these that just makes them look mean. You know, when it's a four-door, it's grandma's car. When it's a two-door post, it just means action. But this thing, I don't know how else to describe it. This is, I don't know, I throw the word perfect build out probably too often, but this one is spec'd just right. And it all starts with what's under the hood. Just to be clear, this is not a factory big block car, but it has one now. They put a big block in A-bodies in these years, and it's a real tidy install on this thing. They even made AC work on this. It's basically a factory AC system with R12. And to answer your question, yes, the AC still works. We actually put R12 back in it, and yeah, you need a hat and mittens to be able to drive this thing because it's so cold going down the road. And they put the battery in the trunk. These are already a little nose heavy with a big block. Putting the battery in the trunk is pretty nice. This thing is really nice. It's got manual disc brakes on it. Although I just noticed it has a drum brake cylinder. They put an aftermarket prop valve on it to control all that. 2-speed wipers. This thing was a real basic model to begin with. It was originally a slant 6 car with the automatic. And I think we can all agree it's a pretty good upgrade. It keeps its original small bolt pattern disc brakes and has an 8 3/4 rear end in the back. And as I said, it's still small bolt pattern with the rally wheels. What are the disc brakes? I'm actually not sure what they are. Can we see? Yeah, it's got the 4 piston disc brakes, I believe. So yeah, it's the factory A-body setup. And of course, a front sway bar to help handling and all this stuff. And this car was sold brand new in California. We actually have the window sticker for it, or the Maroni label, if you want to get technical with me. And these are actually the original plate frames for the car. Monte Peters, Santa Ana, California, Plymouth Chrysler. How cool are those frames? They are awesome. They even have the exhaust tips out the back on either side. Yeah, it looks really, really neat. All right, well, before I get too much into the car, I swear this channel is not going to be just listing a car for sale every week, but my brother's been trying to sell this thing on Facebook Marketplace, and his experience hasn't been great. And I'll be honest, I've listed a couple cars on here lately on YouTube, and people have had, I've had great results. We listed a Superbird last week. It sold in 2 days. We listed a 72 Duster a little while ago. It sold right away. I mean, if you want a driver A-body that is just super clean, no rust on it, super nice driver, this is the car for you. Big block power, has AC, it's an automatic, has the 8 3/4, has disc brakes. I don't really know what else you'd want on this thing. It is super, super clean. So my brother found this. He's had it for a year or two now, I think, and bought it off Facebook Marketplace. The guy built this car I think 15, 20 years ago. And then it basically just kind of sat for a while. And we got it here and got it revived, and it just turned into a real good driver. He put new rubber on it. If any of you watch Jamie from Dead Dodge Garage, he did the revival on this about a year ago, I think. Maybe 2 years, I don't know. Time is a flat circle. Time has no meaning. But if you want to get in the nitty gritty of what it looked like before he started driving it, you can go see his video to see that in a little bit more detail. I mean, this isn't his daily driver, but he drives a lot. He works at Costco. He's got like a 15-mile commute, and if the weather's good, this thing gets driven a lot to work. And it's a real nice summer cruiser too, because, you know, AC. All right, let me show you the window sticker, because I think that's really neat. Because I'm a squirrel, I got distracted already. Seats have been redone. It's just kind of the black cloth, but it's pretty comfortable. It's more comfortable than vinyl. Still has the emblems on it too. Owner's manual's back here with the window sticker in it. Here's the window sticker in fantastic condition. Has the VIN number up there. It was a LA built car, so it got built in LA, went to Santa Ana. Didn't have that far to go after it was built. Monte E. Peters, Chrysler, Plymouth. With the address, very well optioned. FF1 is the green, D4X is bench seat in black, 21 is the slant 6, has a vinyl roof in white, which I think they deleted, it's just a painted roof now. Has the basic group, which had a bunch of the, you know, most common options: AM radio, remote control mirror, foam front seat cushion, just had a little more padding. The light package has the very cool bullet fender turn signals, which my phone doesn't want to focus on, but really cool option on these. The 200 decor group, that got you a bunch of stuff. Got the finish panel, color cleat floor mats, cigarette lighter. Yeah, cigarette lighter was optional on these. Partial horn ring, which is right there. Lots of neat stuff in that one. Torque flight transmission, automatic, air conditioned, tinted windshield. It's interesting, all the glass wasn't tinted. Usually on an AC car, it's all of it, not just the windshield. Factory undercoating, which this thing didn't need since it was a California car, and originally the 13-inch wheels. This thing was $3,310.50 new on the MSRP. When, you know, personally, when I buy a car, when I see this much paperwork with it, it's such a good sign. That means the thing was well taken care of its own whole life, that they cared enough to hold on to this stuff. Here's the owner's manual, again, in absolutely mint condition. Everything was very well taken care of on this car. Here's the customer warranty care for 68 cars. Again, in mint condition. Something else I always look for too, like if they filled all this stuff out, like here's all the oil changes. You don't take records like this unless the car was very well taken care of. Original required maintenance services, they did all the stuff that was required by Chrysler with the dates, the carburetor filter, mileage, all that stuff. This thing was babied. Here's the original owner information, delivered on July 15th, 1968. So when 69 model year was going on, so it was delivered a bit early. Monte E. Peters, 64087, Santa Ana, California. Very cool. One very common thing on A bodies is these strikers always broke, and I'm assuming this one probably broke and they fixed it. But you can see right there that they did a pretty good job fixing that. It's a real common area on these. Receipt looks really nice too. Again, in that kind of cloth. There were some mice in here, so there's some holes in the headliner, but we have demoused all of this. We put our ozone generator in here and got rid of all the smell. There's actually a huge mouse nest under the back seat. In fact, I'm pretty sure Jamie tore his rotator cuff trying to get that rear seat out. It was really in there, but we got all the mouse smell out. Actually smells pretty good now. Has original air temp sticker on the window over there. Air temp. Air conditioned by Chrysler Corporation. Air temp was actually a really big division within Chrysler. They did like ACs in big buildings and factories and all sorts of stuff like that. The air temp division was a big division back then. It's got rear speakers in it, rear defrost. Again, like this thing's just great. Has tons of cool options on it. The bumblebee stripe, I'm not a huge fan of bumblebee stripes, but you know, it's not the worst thing in the world. Still has the trim on there. Taillights are real nice. You know, bumper's got a little dent back there. Little dent in the deck lid. The car's not perfect, which makes it the perfect driver. I don't like perfect cars, and you don't want to drive them anymore. Has a oil pressure gauge underneath the dash there. It was running about 50 pounds when I was idling it earlier. I'll show you that here in a minute. And it says 67,000 miles on it. My brother's good to go past. Radio, AC controls, cigarette lighter, and then the AC ducts run underneath the dash on this. And then it has a tack too. Again, cool option. Carpet looks really, really nice on this. I think it was done shortly before it was parked. Looks to be in really good condition. Hi, Tom. All right, so I'm sure you're asking yourselves, well, how does it run? Well, let's find out. In the grand tradition of telling you I'm going to do something and then immediately forget about it, move on to something else, we're going to do it again. Here's the battery in the trunk, very nicely mounted back there. Still has the original spare and hook back there. Spares in there. Everything's really, really nice in here. My brother's emergency toolbox, because you never know, not that he's ever needed it. I should probably try to take that spare out and show you what the spare wheel looks like, but it looks really nice. Oh, forgot to mention, he actually ordered a headliner for this. We just never ended up putting it in, but it does have a new headliner if you decide you want to do that to the car. Gary just never got around to it. Yeah, it probably needs a new spare. It'll work in an emergency though. The Gas Miser. That is a great name for a tire. 165/80/13. Yeah, that's pretty small. Oh, this is neat. This is these were delivered in the car from the factory. It's the license plate, grommets, and screws to mount the license plate. NOS Mopar. Very neat. But yeah, spare wheel is really nice. You kind of see it in there. Yeah, it's nice. I'm not gonna pull the spare out, but it's super nice in there. All right, let's start this baby up. Starts right up. Fuel gauge works, temp gauge works, alternator works. Jumps right up when you start it and goes right back down. Oil pressure is good. It's like about 70 psi. It's very good. Car's not completely cold, but it's a little bit cold still. E-brake handle is right there. Looks like the handle is a little bit bent, but not a huge deal. Pretty typical on these. E-brake works. Tack down there. Tack works. Turn the AC on for you. So we needed a charge and we got it, and charge right up. Oh yeah. You know what? I'm gonna get the temperature gauge and show you how cold it really is. R12 is amazing when it works. Let me show you. I don't want Celsius. We're in the USA. Down to 63. Honestly, it feels a lot cooler than that. But yeah, AC blows cold. I think you get the point. Now I'm sure you're asking yourself, how does it drive? Well, let's go find out. Yeah, I gotta get 2 cars tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. There's another wrecking yard that's crushing out, and it's like a lost puppy. I just can't help myself. All right, I digress. Back to Green Bean. Manual steering and brakes on her, which, yeah, in a parking lot's a little bit annoying, but you get a lot more road feel going down the road. Steering wheel's not straight, so it might need an alignment. I'm gonna ask my brother about that. Speedos make a little bit of noise too. None of this is a big deal, but just want to point it out. I try to be as honest as I can on these things so people know what's going on with the car. This road's part of my usual test loop. It's really, really bumpy, so you get a good idea of the suspension. I know it's got upgraded torsion bars on it. I can't remember what size they are, but definitely not stock torsion bars on it. And it has the factory sway bar too, which is really nice. Really cleans up the handling on these. Really doesn't ride that rough. I mean, it's bounced around a little bit, but you know, it's a rough road. Fender trims doesn't even work. Radio's trying to work, but it's not really picking up signal anywhere. Not sure what's up with that. So the radio kind of works. Hopefully the audio works here because it's a little windy. Looks like the elk are gone today. A lot of times during the summer they head up to the hills. There's some snow in the mountains in the winter, and you know, they go up for the down here for the grass. But yeah, this thing just drives really nice. I'm just super impressed by this car. It's well balanced. A lot of times with big block A bodies, they're just super heavy. They don't brake right. This one's like a great combination of, you know, go fast, handling, you know, a little bit of everything. It just works really, really well. Okay, so normally I don't post prices in videos just because the price can become stale pretty quickly, or it's going to sell, and I'll keep on getting emails for years afterwards asking me if they can buy the car for that amount. But I'm going to post this one. My brother wants $16,000 for this car, and I think that's a pretty reasonable price. You couldn't come close to building this car for that, and you know, price out really super solid A bodies. I think that's a bargain for this car, and I'm sure some of you are saying like, oh, I wish I was closer to you. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I just shipped a car, a 1961 Plymouth Fury, a non-runner, cross-country for, it was under $2,000 to ship the car. This is a runner and it's smaller, so it should be significantly less than that. And if somebody wanted to drive this thing home, I mean, I'm not going to guarantee you could make it home, but I think this thing would do great on a road trip if you want to drive this thing home. For any inquiries on the car, if you're interested, please shoot me an email. My email is tom@rocketresto.com. And the car is located in Olympia, Washington. Normally, cars we're selling on this channel go through the dealership, Rocket Resto Motors LLC. This one's owned by my brother. Just doing him a solid, doing a video on this, see if I can get this thing sold for him. Probably asking, why is he selling it? Well, go back in my video catalog and you'll see a 1965 Chrysler 300L convertible 4-speed car that he just bought. I love this car, but a 4-speed L convertible, it's taking the garage place of this car, and he needs this one to go down the road. He'd love to find a good owner for it who can care for this thing, put some miles on this thing, and really enjoy it. With the big block, the AC, the disc brakes, the handling package, I can't think of a better way to drive a Mopar and enjoy the hobby. This is Tom from Rocket Restorations. I really appreciate everybody from watching, and we'll talk to you soon. I mean, just listen to this thing. You don't need a radio. This is all the soundtrack I need. Huh. It went upside down.